Ghanatube and a Oshe, Modofo Snowy, Masanso Atrasibio, Eddie Sem a Ecoso, Ewo, my Ganimu, Ebro, Maja Comedian Natchez and Semo, Macapo Bobo, Ebi, Ano, Eddie, Ebro, Yankotie, a year in Semo. I am bra.
FR investigations now, yeah, with regards to oral. Send out kind of MPP abreast almost the Shishabi by IMRA. Say abandi wudi efa case bi ho say ebia wafesika na bibia o akwenya obetimi aka say yo ene aban case na mode kwedu amode bomeno me sande sika na say agudie bia na say bibia mode bomi kwedu no Mesandi aba senebeya momfamin koto how do they call imprisonment efiase momfamin koto efiase enti ayemra edaho enti obi ayabo no kwedu bia ewo tumi se obeka se you ene yentwa so na memfa seimra na yenjai sa eyuno enti eno enye aban ena ebeka eye nipa yede na kugina court and so say oka say oh munjai asem no mu na memfa say mra na say agudie bia me fa ye me famra na say japade bia me fa ye me famra na say bibi aban wa kwenya say ebeka say de bi enje na ye beto aso any case no enti ejina case no ene ni anipa ne ye enti still aban wo to me say even though wako emrana siaka say me pese me san ede bibi bema aban na aban eja case no mu aban betimi aka say de bi yempe yenje enti eno a case by case say o sheda ede adwenbone ewia yesika a echese eso a yegyina echese I don't know how to explain. I just say, Abo abain adase o mine car. You to me say Rebecca say yempe nia ode bano na yede obekwa akoto efiase. But ni baby reason ka say na ode no koto efiase wa na obeto aduane ama no wa na obehwe no oyare a ode no beko hospital. Enti say we wia sika na okase o sande o sika be mawa. And who on for so say yebeji sika chen say ye di nipa no beko efiase nti ye no de attorney general and ebehwe no akan nia ehia. First apologize for missing one of the questions, and that is the accusation that there's interference in terms of the oral investigations. I would have very conveniently said the General Secretary himself is here, and so I'll call him to present his evidence to the public. But I can assure you that there's no way anybody can interfere. I cannot be in people's mind to stop them from attempting to interfere, but I am responsible for making sure that that interference comes to naught. And so I closely monitor. I hold regular meetings with the Attorney General. He briefs me on the status of investigations, and so I'm confident that the cases will go ahead based on their merits, and that nobody would have the opportunity to interfere. If anybody goes lobbying people or paying people to interfere, they probably are just throwing away their resources. All cases will be investigated and come to their logical end. If people are exonerated in the courts, I mean, that's what justice is all about. We will do our part, and we're being painstaking in preparing the dockets, and that's why people are complaining that it's a bit slow. But you don't want to hurriedly take a docket to courts and have it thrown out on technicality, and that's why you need to make sure that by the time a docket is prepared and prosecution starts, you have a watertight case that will ensure that you get a conviction. And so that's the process that we're going through. There was also a question that was tied to water, but it also had to do with Galamsey. He says that the justification for water company asking for such a steep increase was because of the cost of treating the water. And I answered it in terms of the tariff, but not in terms of the galamsey in the water. But in my statement, I indicated that we just started with the Blue River Guards. We're training more and more of them. These are long expanses of water bodies. And so far, those we've trained are 600 and something. They are not enough to cover even the length of the Ankobra. And so as we recruit and deploy, because they patrol the water bodies, if they see any chamfam machine on the water body, they seize it and we burn it, we destroy it. And so I gave you the number of chamfam machines we have seized and destroyed. As we continue to increase the numbers of these Blue River Guards, I'm sure that we'll be able to cover the tunnel, we'll be able to cover the prow, we'll be able to cover the Ankobra. And we hope that then we will start seeing, some reduction in the turbidity of the water. But even more than those on the water bodies, the destruction is to be able to cover the prow, we'll be able to cover the Ankobra. And we hope we'll start seeing of more is catchment from the forest reserve. If you destroy the forest reserve, the river or the stream will dry up, because where it takes its water source will no longer exist. And so that's why at the beginning of the struggle I said our focus is going to be on the water bodies and the forest reserves, and then we can stretch out to other areas. So Blue River Water Guards, we would see an improvement in the turbidity levels of the waters. There were other which we're investigating. There were other cases where people apply through the commercial banks for foreign exchange to cover imports, and those monies are transferred to pay for imports, but the imports never came into Ghana. And we've studied a period of 4 years, and over the period of 4 years, about $42 billion was taken out of this country without the corresponding imports coming into the country. And so we started sanctioning some banks, and soon we'll start interrogating some individuals who ostensibly took money out against imports but never brought those imports. We want to know what happened, and if there was wrongdoing, to sanction whoever it is. While we work to stabilize our economy and improve the value of our currency, we must protect that currency, because a strong CD is good for all of us. But when that happens, some people try to take advantage of it, and I think that we should all condemn anything like that.
Abusiafo ya kwakotie ensem no aba obetimi e de comment abreme e wo comment section na mejebe akenkan ni na e de amafefefe me san so e kan gum se aha e Ghanatube so ensem a ekoti e ba bremo nyina no onsa e be kan e wa on subscribe na hit notification bell no se na bia ensem no ye de tuma na wenya ne enten pa so sisi ade makram.